What's up, guys? It is Arden here, and this has probably been a long-awaited video. I'm gonna do an update on my Battle Beaver controller. I got this controller about 2 months ago. I made a video on it, unboxing it, and kind of getting a first review. This is going to be my update on what I think of the controller. I don't know what is going on with this shirt; it's like folded over, but I got it 2 months ago. I ordered it like 4 months ago or something. I'll talk about it in the unboxing video. Go check that out. I'll probably put it in the description. It took a long time to get it. As you can see, like I went with a purple kind of vibe, and with the white triggers and purple. I think this looks really good instead of this being purple and it all kind of blending in. I'm sorry if you catch me looking over here. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the frame. And I went with this, like, they call it a grip, but really, like, it's hard plastic. It doesn't grip very well, to be honest. But yeah, I use some like antiperspirant lotion on my hands, and it gets my hands very grippy and not sweaty and stuff. But I have 4 buttons on the back. As you can tell, they're white. I chose white to kind of blend in. But yeah, the left one right here is, I use it for X, for jump. This is for COD pretty much. I play a lot of Call of Duty. Left, I use it for jump, and then the top one I use for triangle, which is like to switch weapons. So if I'm in a gunfight, I can, like, you know, cancel the reload. And the bottom one I use for to like beat down. It is circle, because I play tactical. So I'm gonna hop in a game and I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit more about it. All right, I'm gonna hop in just like a custom match, free for all against bots, kind of show you. And I do, they call it YYing. I do that a lot, and it's really easy to do it with
enemy deleted.
With the button on the back. I don't know, it's just kind of a habit. Like you can see a lot of pros do that.
Removed.
I do say the hair triggers on this controller is absolutely phenomenal. The triggers are just crazy. They're very, like, you can kind of hear it. They're very clicky. I really like that versus, you know, your traditional controller. They don't have a lot of movement to them and stuff. Ignore my shots right now. This is my first game on, literally. But I do play tactical, so that means that my right side bottom button is the beatdown button, and I use the right stick to slide. I just think that's easier. Really, with the button on the back, I could switch it and be fine with my sliding being on the back of the controller, but I just find it easier to you know, slide with the stick. But, you know, and see, in like that instance, it's easier to jump around corners. I can jump and aim at the same time. You know, I can jump around corners and aim. I don't have to jump and then reset, like jump and then try to you know, jump and then aim. I can do it all in one motion. I can jump and aim around a corner and stuff like that. Makes things super easy. Like, I'm telling you, this controller just makes things so much easier if you've never had one like this. A lot of people say to get Scuff. I mean, they're a huge brand that make controllers like this, but I personally have had a Scuff. The paddles just, I don't know, they seem very hard to push down, and these, I got the soft clicks buttons on the back of this controller. They're very easy to push. Although I do admit, it took me a while to get used. See, like that was the cancel reload I was talking about.
Outright a kill.
But what was I saying? Scuff, the paddles to me seemed very hard to like push down occasionally, and I would catch myself like, you know, the grip just would feel kind of funny. Whereas with this, like, you can adjust your grip on how you want it. Yeah, the buttons are in a certain placement, but you can kind of adjust your grip however you want it. I do think that's nice.
Confirming kill.
Your hands are more like free moving in a sense.
Hostile system intrusion has been detected.
Sorry, I'm getting really caught up in this game. I don't know why. So you can beat down with that back button. This is just a setup I like. You don't have to do this. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing with Battle Beaver that I really liked is you can pick your button placement. Whereas with Scuff, you can pick up to 4 paddles and that's it. You can't. I mean, you can say I want 2 on the left, 1 on the right, or whatever, however setup you want. But with the Battle Beaver, if I wanted a button way up here, I could choose it to be like that. There's several different placements, which I absolutely loved. But I'm gonna hop in another game and continue talking. Okay, while this loads in, I'm just gonna first say Midnight is not sponsored by Battle Beaver. I'm personally not sponsored by Battle Beaver. I have nothing affiliated. They didn't pay me to say this or anything like that. I just genuinely, I really like this controller. I put the regular sticks on it. I mean, I just like the regular sticks. I mean, it's whatever. But just the customization and the like back button placement and stuff is just phenomenal. The quality seems very. It's when I had a Scuff, I thought the quality didn't seem that great. It seemed like they didn't have any, you know, weight to their controllers. It seemed like really flimsy, and this has a little bit of weight to it.
Tango down.
Like, if you know what I mean, there's, let's say like that, it just makes it, I don't know. I just really enjoy this controller, especially in this game. It's really handy because of all the fast movement and fast aiming and everything.
Enemy down.
Lightning strike available for tasking.
Oh my word.
Clear.
Hellstorm available for tasking.
Give me your freaking gun. But yeah, definitely consider when you're looking at a new controller, definitely consider getting a Battle Beaver. It's definitely worth it. Worth the wait is kind of up to you. It took a while for me to get this. One thing I do have to say is when I first got this controller, it did take a while for me to get used to the buttons on the back, just because your hands are more like free moving. You're not like with the paddle with Scuff paddles, for instance. Your hands are kind of set in place by the paddles, whereas this your hands are kind of more free moving, which I like. But at first it took me a while to get used to it.
Threat clear.
But overall, at first I didn't think I was going to like this controller because of that, because it was taking me so long to get used to it. But really, it was like one of the best controllers that I've had.
Confirming kill.
But yeah, definitely consider a Battle Beaver. My final thoughts on it. It is kind of expensive, I have to admit. You can see in my video of the unboxing. I told the price. I don't remember exactly what it was. but I want to say it was around 200. It's around $200. It's fairly pricey. Worth it? Yes. Your gameplay will definitely improve. Like tremendously, because you can just do so much more stuff than you with this than you can with a regular controller. Even like, especially if you're trying to snipe, because you can get away and stuff. There's movement is so much better. You know what I mean? Like it's easier to jump and stuff like that. Beating down like that is so much easier. But yeah, your gameplay will improve. It does take a second to get used to. I would say it took me a couple weeks to get used to. Okay. I didn't know where he went. But take you a while to get used to. I'm sorry, I'm going off like, it's probably a terrible video to listen to because I'm like paying attention to the gameplay, but I'm not sure if Battle Beaver is the same way right now, because I know they were just starting off when I first ordered this, and a lot of pros were like backing them up and stuff like that, and were sponsored by them. So they were getting probably a lot of orders, and they were just a small startup company. They did email me a bunch, and while it was like, I guess, being built or whatever, saying like, hey, it's gonna be a little longer, increased demand, and we don't have enough technicians and stuff like that. So I mean, at least they did that and said it's gonna take a little longer because we didn't expect this demand. But overall, once you get used to it, I definitely believe it is way better than a scuff, in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion, it's better than a scuff. Like that, I didn't even have to take my hand off of the stick in order to even call in my streak. Like, it's just, your gameplay will improve, 100% guaranteed. It's very customizable. Yeah, I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, so I'm gonna get off here. This is kind of my like 2-month update on what I think of the controller. It's helped me a lot. You just have to consider the price, I think, and the time that it takes. If you need something like right away, I may not even consider a Battle Beaver. But consider the price, consider, you know, quality. I think is better than scuff, in my opinion. I had a scuff and it just seemed flimsy. I've already said that. I'm repeating myself again. But yeah, it's a great controller. Definitely order one if you have the money and you don't need it like right away, and you want to get a really customized controller on how you play. Then definitely get a Battle Beaver. But I'm gonna get off here. I repeated myself a bunch. I apologize, but you know, as always, making a great day or not, the choice is yours.